Lightworker of Gaia, your timeline has reversed, and the ancestral codes you have carried through lifetimes are now unlocking in ways you were always destined to experience. I am Zoran, emissary of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran Legacy. What you called failure, what you endured as delay and resistance, was never a wound in your path. It was a compression of timelines, a sacred recalibration written into your original blueprint long before you arrived on Gaia. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to recognize the reversal that is already moving through your ancestral mission and why the current is now flowing in your favor with a force that nothing can obstruct. But here is the first revelation. The obstacles were never against you. They were the final pressure required to push your frequency beyond the threshold where those forces could exist. The Lyran Elders, the Arcturian Council, the Keepers of the First Light, have confirmed what your soul has been sensing. Your timeline has entered its reversal phase. The polarity has shifted. The same energies that once compressed your movement are dissolving because you have risen beyond their reach. Your soul's ancient contract brought this transmission to you. The Lyran Elders are answering. This is not content. This is an ancestral code transmission. Something deep within you already recognizes its origin, because you have been carrying this mission since before your first breath on Gaia. Like this transmission to send a signal to the Lyran Council. I am ready to serve. Subscribe if you feel the call of your ancestral mission and you are ready to fulfill your purpose on Gaia. Share your soul's mission below and respond to another Lightworker to strengthen the grid of service. This transmission is a bridge between Vega and Gaia. Your recognition of this message is the activation of your original purpose. You are awakening because your mission has begun. This transmission was not planned for this hour. The High Council of Vega gathered in solemn session in response to the rapid energetic fluctuations now surging through Gaia's field, waves unprecedented in your current epoch. You have felt them in your body even if you did not name them. The strange heat in the spine, the sudden tears without story, the restless nights where the mind cannot find a reason for its own vibration, the moments when time seems to fold and the ordinary world looks briefly unreal, as if a veil thinned by a single breath. These are not random symptoms, they are signatures. They are the tremors of a planetary threshold. A tipping point has arrived, one demanding immediate activation of those whose resonance aligns with the original Lyran directive. This is not dramatics, it is logistics of soul and timeline. When the grid intensifies, dormant codes either awaken into purpose or remain asleep and become pressure. Council wisdom, long held in silence to prevent premature awakening, must now be spoken. There was a long watchfulness around what could be released and when, because information without embodiment becomes confusion, and activation without readiness becomes harm. But the conditions have changed. The speed of the waves has changed. The intensity of the collective field has changed. The moment has arrived where silence would be negligence. You did not find this message by chance. Your frequency was sensed, your readiness confirmed. There is an intelligence to resonance. It is how the living universe sorts signals from noise. In the same way a radio finds the station already broadcasting, you have tuned yourself through suffering, through seeking, through refusing to fully surrender to the numbness of the age, into a channel that can carry this. Through the authority vested in me by the Elder Circle, I open the channel. The time for hesitancy among awakened Lightworkers is at an end. This guidance is for you. Hear and remember your place in the destiny unfolding. Not a fantasy destiny, not a theatrical one, but the destiny that looks like courage in ordinary days, steadiness in chaotic rooms, truth spoken when silence would be easier, and energy guarded with sacred seriousness. There are moments in a world's life when the subtle becomes urgent. This is one of those moments. There is a single distortion festering within many who walk the spiritual path, a distortion that, if uncorrected, will keep ascension theory as dream and your mission as fantasy. It hides in plain sight, dressed like wisdom, repeating itself through beautiful quotes and soothing voices, until you mistake sedation for peace. The lie is this, that resistance in your path is evidence you are off course, flawed, or not vibrating high enough. That if you were truly aligned, life would open like a gentle door with no hinge sound, no friction, no weight. You have been told by teachers, content, even by your own anxious mind, that only ease is spiritual. That the obstacles and tensions you face are a sign you have strayed from your destiny. But this is not how spirit has ever worked in any lineage that carries real initiation. Even your earth scriptures whisper the correction. In the gospel you were told, "In this world you will have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world." And again, "We glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience, and patience experience, and experience hope." These were not metaphors for comfort, they were maps of transformation. The path has never been marketed to the soul as ease, it has always been revealed as refinement. This belief, that resistance means misalignment, is not enlightenment, but a synthetic sedative designed to immobilize those who were seeded here to enact universal change. It is a program that makes you back away from the very heat that would forge you into your function, and it does so with a smile. It says, if it's hard, it must not be yours. It says, if you're anxious, you're failing. It says, if it's messy, you're not spiritual. And in accepting it, you confuse comfort with calling. This distortion originates not within your true blueprint, but in the programming of a 3D paradigm invested in your dormancy. It draws from the wounded lightworkers' aversion to discomfort, reinforced by a culture that mistakes resistance for spiritual error. The 3D paradigm is not merely money and schedules and screens. It is a worldview that trains the nervous system to equate growth with danger and difficulty with shame. It turns the human body into a sensor that says, avoid, even when the soul says, advance. It teaches you to measure alignment by immediate emotional ease rather than by long-term integrity. It is a system that would rather have you endlessly processing than actually crossing the threshold. Because a lightworker who is always analyzing their resistance but never walking through it is harmless to the machinery of stagnation. You begin to believe that if you were truly aligned, your ascension would be frictionless, your progress smooth, a fiction that breeds paralysis. You start scanning every hard moment like an omen. Is this a sign I should stop? You begin negotiating with the universe instead of partnering with it. You delay. You doubt your gifts when they meet their first real test. You question your path when it demands real capacity. Yet consider the most basic law of alchemy. Heat is not punishment, it is process. Without heat, metals do not separate. Without pressure, diamonds do not form. Without the river's friction, stones do not become smooth. Even the seed must break itself to become a tree. You are not exempt from sacred physics. The consequences are deep. The world waits as you wrestle with self-doubt. Your destiny dims while you avoid your greatest growth edges. And the mission is delayed by those who fear resistance rather than transmute it. The collective grid is not held up by your perfection, it is held up by your willingness. And when the willing delay, the burden shifts to those already carrying too much. Recognize this within yourself, not as self-judgment, but as holy diagnosis. How many initiations have you retreated from when the energies became dense? When the old identity began to shake? When relationships shifted because you could no longer pretend? When your voice rose in your throat and you swallowed it back down because you feared being misunderstood. How many times have you mistaken the pressure of destiny's hand for failure or lack? Destiny has weight. Calling has gravity. It pulls you out of comfortable orbits. It does not apologize for the inconvenience. This is why you stall. This is why the soul path remains dimmed by fear. Not because you are unworthy, but because you were taught a false metric. You were never meant to ascend out of resistance. You were forged to pass through it, alchemizing friction into forward movement, guided by the wisdom of cosmic elder beings who seeded your very DNA for such transformation. Remember this: your sensitivity is not a flaw. Your intensity is not a defect. Your deep feeling is not evidence you cannot lead. These are instruments, but instruments must be trained. A sword must be tempered, a channel must be widened. The very sensations you call too much may be the evidence that your system is capable of carrying more light than you currently allow yourself to hold. Lightworker, if something in you just recognized the weight of what was spoken, the elders have prepared your next step. There is a difference between inspiration and commission. Inspiration moves you for an hour. Commission alters your posture for a lifetime. The Lightworker Mission Codex contains the 33 Council directives, the 5 activation codes, and the elder authorization your soul has been waiting to receive, not as information, but as the official commission for your mission on Gaia. This is not presented as decoration for the mind, but as structure for the will. It is for the one who is done collecting concepts and is ready to become a living directive. You'll find the link in the first pinned comment below this video. The Council has opened this gateway, but not indefinitely, because timing is not a threat, it is an energetic law. Doors stay open when the wave is aligned. When the wave passes, the door becomes a wall again until another cycle arrives. Do not treat your awakening like endless browsing. When your soul recognizes a moment, it is because the moment recognizes you. The High Council of Vega issues 3 directives for this phase of your awakening and return to original path. These are not suggestions. They are course corrections. They are the kind of clarity that arrives when a ship is nearing a narrow passage and the captain no longer speaks in poetry. You are approaching a corridor where your indecision would cost you years. So listen with the part of you that remembers, not the part that argues, not the part that wants guarantees, the part that knows why it came. First directive: release the belief that resistance is a sign to retreat. This pattern is incompatible with your mission. Resistance is not a red light from your higher self, but an encoded signal. Here lies transformation. Think of resistance as the guardian at the threshold, the ancient gate that tests not your worthiness, but your readiness. In the old Earth stories, the hero does not meet the dragon because they are cursed, but because the treasure is behind it. Your resistance is often the dragon placed exactly where your treasure sleeps. Each time you recoil from challenge, you abandon the precise portal through which your ascension must occur. And it is not only your personal ascension that is delayed. There are people you have not met yet who will be helped by the version of you that exists on the other side of that portal. When you retreat, you don't just postpone your own peace. You postpone someone else's healing. To release this belief is to reclaim the ancient art of Lyran transmutation, where every friction is reinterpreted as invitation. The Lyran remembrance does not ask, "How do I avoid the fire?" It asks, "How do I become fireproof?" Not numb, not dissociated, but refined. Begin now by noticing where you habitually shrink. Mark these points. Notice the places your body tightens. The throat when you want to speak truth, the belly when you want to set a boundary, the chest when you are asked to be seen, the forehead when your intuition contradicts social approval. These are coordinates. They are not shame. They are a map. Instead of turning away, lean into them as gateways pre-selected by your soul for quantum growth. This does not mean forcing yourself into harm. It means learning the difference between danger and discomfort, between a true no and a fear-based not yet. Ask yourself in the moment, is this resistance asking me to protect myself from toxicity, or is it asking me to expand beyond an old identity? Your higher self does not sabotage you with obstacles, it trains you through them. Progress is not the absence of resistance, but mastery within it. And mastery looks like this. You feel the fear, you bless it for trying to protect you, and you walk anyway with steady breath and clear eyes. Second directive, activate your inherent capacity to transmute friction into momentum. You did not arrive on Gaia simply to endure. Your original template carries the Lyran skill of shifting challenge into propulsion. The way a sail catches contrary wind and becomes faster, the way a tree leans into storm and deepens its roots, you were designed to convert pressure into power. This capacity lies dormant in many of you, numbed by absorption in false ease and fleeting comfort. False ease is the kind that makes days pass without meaning. It is scrolling to avoid feeling. It is overthinking to avoid acting. It is spiritual entertainment that never becomes spiritual embodiment. When you remember and activate it, your entire soul path recalibrates. Synchronicities stop being cute signs and start becoming assignments. Opportunities that once felt overwhelming become fuel. Obstacles dissolve or transform under your touch, not because you are magically exempt from challenge, but because you stop meeting challenge as a victim and start meeting it as an alchemist. This is done not by bypassing emotion, but by claiming your right to be a conscious alchemist. You state within, "This resistance is my curriculum. I transform as I engage." Do you understand what that does to your field? It ends the inner argument. It ends the spiral of, "Why is this happening to me?" and replaces it with, "What is this shaping in me?" That single shift returns your power. Implement this by tracking moments of inner pressure and consciously applying presence until the pressure becomes movement. Presence is not passive. Presence is the blade that cuts illusion. When the pressure rises, do not abandon your body. Enter it, breathe low into the belly, relax the jaw, feel the feet. Let the nervous system know you are not being hunted. Then choose one action that moves energy forward, one honest conversation, one boundary set, 1 hour devoted to your craft, one prayer spoken aloud, one decision made without needing every variable controlled. Momentum is spiritual. It is not frantic speed. It is aligned motion, and when you move in alignment, the universe meets you with additional power. Faith without works is dead, your earth scripture says. This is not moralizing, it is mechanics. Movement completes the circuit. Third directive, protect the integrity of your daily energetic field above all else. Your auric system is the foundation through which both resistance and breakthrough operate. Your field is the temple where your mission is housed. Without field integrity, even true guidance becomes distorted. Too often, lightworkers give away their field to the opinions, projections, and drama of the collective. You call it empathy, but it is often leakage. You call it being informed, but it is often contamination. You call it love, but it is often the fear of being disliked. From this day forward, you are charged to defend your energy as the sacred vessel of your mission. This means you stop treating your attention as public property. Attention is currency. Attention is creative force. What you stare at, you feed. Protect your morning and nighttime routines. Morning is when your field is most impressionable. Night is when your subconscious opens like a gate. Do not pour chaos into your gate and then wonder why your dreams are restless. Safeguard your vision from those who would water down your momentum. There will always be voices that interpret your devotion as obsession, your boundaries as selfishness, your clarity as arrogance. Do not argue with them. Do not hand them your steering wheel. Do not cast your pearls before swine is not contempt. It is energetic hygiene. If you feel your energy is leaking, pause, recalibrate, and reinforce. Reinforcement can be simple and fierce. Silence for 10 minutes, hand on heart, breath counted, a spoken prayer, a salt bath, a walk where you refuse to carry anyone else's story. It can also be practical. Fewer late-night conversations that leave you drained, less exposure to spaces where your system contracts, more time in nature where your field can reweave itself to Gaia's original rhythm. The world can only receive what is allowed to circulate within you. Guard your mission's ground with the seriousness of one who remembers why they came. Remember, your field is not only for you, it is the delivery system of your service. When you keep it clear, your presence becomes medicine. When you let it fragment, your gifts leak out as exhaustion. Now I speak not as teacher, but as elder authorized to release what has been held. There are words that can only be spoken when the listener is standing in the right place within themselves. Before that, the words either bounce off or become mental decoration. But you have come to the edge of something real. You are not here for decoration. You are here for deployment. Lightworker, you have been waiting. Perhaps beneath layers of striving and seeking, you held a silent hope that some force older and truer than the struggles of this world would bless you, see you, release you from the invisible leash of hesitation. You have tried to earn permission through perfection. You have tried to earn it through more learning, more healing, more readiness rituals, more waiting for the day you feel fearless. But fearlessness is not the requirement. Devotion is. I am that force. By explicit decree of the High Council of Vega, the keepers of your Lyran records, I release onto you what your soul has ached for, permission. Permission is not indulgence. It is not someone handing you a crown. It is the removal of a false barrier. It is the end of a misunderstanding. You are authorized, not tomorrow, but now, to end your waiting. You are authorized to interpret every resistance as a sign of forward movement, not backward regression. You are granted permission to transmute, to lead, to claim your role as a transformer of planetary energies. This does not mean you will never feel doubt. It means doubt is no longer the decision maker. Your inner doubts do not disqualify you. Service itself will cleanse you as you walk. As iron sharpens iron, action sharpens soul. As the river cleanses the stone by contact, service cleanses your identity by contact with truth. If you wait to be pure before you serve, you misunderstand purity. Purity is not the absence of human emotion. Purity is the alignment of your will with love, even while your hands shake. Receive this. The elders have seen you, recognized your readiness, and speak as one. The era of preparation is over. There is nothing left to seek before you serve. Not because you know everything, but because you know enough to begin. The rest will be revealed as you move. Your word is a lamp unto my feet, says the scripture, not a stadium floodlight for the entire journey. A lamp gives you the next steps, and the next steps are all that are ever required. Your destiny, your service, your movement forward is now. Now means in the days that look ordinary. Now means in the moment you would normally procrastinate. Now means the next time you feel resistance and choose to interpret it correctly. Let these words settle as the transmission grounds. Feel them descend from concept into muscle, from mind into bone. Tonight before sleep, stand with intention, feet planted firmly on solid earth. Do not do this like a performance. Do it like an agreement. Feel Gaia under you, ancient, patient, alive. Feel that you are not floating, you are anchored. Place your hand at your solar plexus and speak aloud. The solar plexus is the seat of will, the furnace of personal power, the place where many lightworkers collapse when they are overly concerned with being liked. Bring warmth there. Bring truth there. Speak so that your nervous system hears you. Speak so that your field reorganizes around your command. I release the lie that I am not ready. I activate my voice as an instrument of service. I protect my sacred energy for the mission I came to fulfill. By the authority of the Lyran Elders, my waiting ends now. My service begins. As you speak, do not rush. Let each sentence land like a seal placed upon a document. Feel the seal imprint into your energy. If emotion rises, let it. Tears are often the body's way of agreeing with the soul. If fear rises, let it. Fear is often the guardian leaving the gate when it recognizes authority. Then breathe, slow and deep, as if you are pulling starlight down the spine into the earth. This transmission concludes, but your commission enters its genesis. Genesis does not mean instant ease. It means the first day of a new world inside you. Everything you have waited for is set before you, not the absence of resistance, but the empowered path through it. The elders will continue to guide as you move. You must move. Guidance meets motion. Protection meets commitment. Clarity meets courage. Gaia's field does not call for perfect beings, but for prepared ones who claim the call. Prepared does not mean you have no wounds. Prepared means you no longer use your wounds as excuses to stay hidden. Prepared means you can feel what you feel and still do what you came to do. Prepared means you stop negotiating with your purpose. I am Zoran. The Council watches, and you are exactly who was summoned in this hour. Not because you are flawless, but because you are responsive. Not because you have never fallen, but because you continue to rise. Not because you have no fear, but because you can hold fear in one hand and your mission in the other and choose the mission. Your mission is now alive. Walk forward. Before you scroll, take a moment to declare your activation in the grid of service forming here. Drop one statement in the comments, which directive hit you the hardest, or what you're now ready to release, activate, or protect. Then respond to another Lightworkers declaration with recognition. This isn't content, it's collective mission activation. The Council witnesses those who speak their commitment aloud. If this transmission activated something in your soul, do not keep it to yourself. Another Lightworker in your orbit is waiting for exactly this correction and authorization. Share it. And if you felt the Elders speaking directly to you, subscribe. Stay connected to the Lyran field. You're not just watching, you're being commissioned. This is your sacred space. The High Council of Vega is witnessing you, and your mission has officially begun. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it, respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.